What is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl tier list. We are playing our new benchmark commander, my boy Mengsk. So I'm just gonna send out. Oh wait, there's no middle income. Oh wait, I forget about it. Yeah, well, there's no middle income. So the Brawl modifiers, we have a bunch of hybrid containment chambers. So let's get those going. We also have some Terran mercenaries. I actually don't know what I'm gonna use this Mengsk. I'm probably gonna use Banshees actually. Banshees are pretty good. For Mengsk, because Mengsk has no air-based attack aircraft, like air-to-ground attack aircraft. Raynor still has the Spectre. Alright. I'll be honest, the Spectre kind of sucks. So, I don't know. So, because there's no middle income, it means that, like, even if you guys are losing a little bit, it's not the worst. This guy just... this guy's crazy. He opened Sam. You're actually nuts. Anyways, well... Sam will do something. That also means you kind of have to auto gas too. Alright. Well, this is the Sam problem when you don't micro him. He wastes his grenade here. Alright, so... shall I just open with some LMG boys? I think I'll just open with some SMG boys. No LMGs. Just open with some SMG boys and then we'll figure it out from there. Like, that number of SMG boys is good against, like, a select number of things. And I can turn them into Warhounds if I really need to. I'm not going to really build anything. Alright, let's get that gas. Let's get that hybrid. This week looks like it's just going to be kind of a death push week. Probably have to get some Dusk Wings. And what are we up against? I have no idea what we're up against. I should have actually pinged these things. Well, I'm against some sort of spine crawler guy. Maybe it's Abathur. Maybe it's Abathur. I'm against somebody who has a spine crawler. Alright. Whew. Alright, anyways guys, so a little bit of a HP update, health update. My knee is feeling better. I can kind of run now. I still don't want to do that though. It's good because, you know, it might feel better, but it might not actually be fully healed. So we're gonna take it a little bit easy. That is also another spine crawler. What the? Okay. No longer have food poisoning. That's good. That's a plus. I think it was actually rotten eggs that I ate because I like to cook my eggs in a batch, and I guess the batch that I had was kind of funny already. And then when I came back, oh man, the Ravagers just missed. Feels bad. And the batch that was like, when I came back was probably like more than a week old. And then I ate it. I ate 2 of them. And that probably did me in. And then, looks like we got some just raw dog. Is that just raw dog hybrid? That's raw dog hybrid, boys. It's just... okay. Well, he's got some hammer securities. Oh, it's the Haka. Okay, well, that'll be fun. I can bully the Haka with some Banshees here. But yeah, and then so the reason why I suspect it's the eggs is because the next, like when I got better, I started working again this week. I started teaching again, and I literally had some of those eggs. I had like 1.5 of them because I couldn't stomach finishing the half of the second one. And I was like, man, I feel like crap. And I literally just had like watery poops on that day again, and I'm like, it was those damn eggs. Anyways, I'm gonna get Warhounds against the Haka, mostly because LMG boys don't really last too long against the Haka, so a few Warhounds would be pretty good. Now, do I have them in the optimal ground distribution? No, I don't. Whatever, I'll have to reorganize them. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Skeety on the way. So we got some Warhounds, we got some Banshees. Banshees are actually a pretty big menace to the Haka. He doesn't really have a good answer to them, I would say. In terms of Royal Guard, I might actually get like a Sky Fury or something. I don't actually know. But yeah, he's got some hammer securities. I don't really care about the hammer securities. They're not really the worst thing in the world to deal with. I kind of just want to gas it up, I'll be honest. But yeah, I'm feeling better now, so that's that. But my friends and I are also about to plan another hiking trip, Lamau. So this time, hopefully I'll be more prepared. I'm gonna, you know, try and pack something that's less than 40 pounds. At least I'm gonna try and aim for like 35 pounds. Like everything on me, because we're not repeating that experience again. You don't need to live through that once. You know, it happened to you once. You know, it's okay. It happens to you a second time, man. Then I deserve it. Then I deserve it if it happens to me a second time. You know, oh my God, he has invisible things. Wait, that's bad. Kill those things. There we go. Alright, the Haka's got some worms here. I got some Banshees. I don't know what the Haka's trying to go for here, but I don't know if it matters at all. Is he going for Creeper Host? Because that might be really spicy. If he is, I might just go for... I don't know. What beats Creeper Host? Oh, he's got Void Race here. We got some Void Race. I don't know if I want to get Black Hammers. Black Hammers don't really do too well. Void Race into Tychus. Ooh, that's a bad one. Wait a minute. Does Blaze actually beat those guys? Anyway, I'm gonna get a detector here. Probably need more than one detector because the Hawk is probably gonna eat it. Yeah, this is a... Am I even playing Mengsk? I feel like I'm playing Raynor right now. I literally feel like I'm playing Raynor. I'll probably want to get some Sky Furies, I'll be honest. It seems like it's going to be an air battle of some sort. And Sky Furies are quite durable in all forms. Looks like we're going to have to fill this bunker up with Rocket Boys, that's for sure. Boom. There we go. We got some Banshees of our opponents. Our opponents got some Banshees as well. That might be a little bit bad, considering I don't really have an option against Banshees currently. I haven't built anything, so that's my fault. But that's okay. My Banshees are going to town on these guys. They're totally invisible, which is why you get them against the Haka. Because Mengsk already has so much versatility, getting Banshees is like just so good for Mengsk. Because the only thing Mengsk doesn't have is like this, basically an attack aircraft. It's a dive bomber essentially. Mengsk is missing that in his combined arms warfare arsenal. If he had that, it'd be perfect. I should probably put these guys off to the side even. If I put them off to the side, that might be even better. Anyways, probably gotta get smart servos so I can transform quickly. But yeah, I don't know. I should probably get some shock divisions or start thinking about that. But a Sky Fury or two is not too bad. Just because the Haka eventually is gonna get massive. Having a few... Oh, we're getting Black Hole, of course. Well, whatever, it's fine. At least they didn't put Hybrid down when the Black Hole came. There we go. Sky Fury's down here. He's fighting for his life. Banshees are just destroying the stack of units here. You can see how menacing Banshees are. Oh, they're just going to attack those DTs here. Oh, they're going to kill the enemy Banshees, which are there. So yeah, I think it's time to get a tank. What do you guys think? I think it's time for a tank. Gotta have one tank at least. Especially with all this EXP floating around. Gotta have a tank. I don't know, Sky Fury? A Banshee? I can't get another Banshee. I think it's not worth getting anything else unless you're like your Alarak. I think even with Alarak, I think Banshees might actually be better. But Marines will always have a sweet spot in my heart as Alarak. Ah yes, I made the Haka get Hydralisk. I made the Haka get Hydralisk. That is a win right there, boys. So currently I only have the Sky Fury to deal with the enemy air units. So that's a bit of a problem, but whatever, it's fine. I have a tank here who's chilling. Oh, he actually survived. He survived, but barely. Oh my god. Now my Banshees here are holding up the enemy Void Rays, which is great. And then... Wait, my Sky Fury's still full health? Unbelievable. I could probably get a flying tank and be done with it too. Let's get another Sky Fury here. So basically I'm all prepared for Dahaka when he gets big. Oh really? I think the only thing I'm missing right now is just something to deal with air units, which I guess is my Sky Fury. Emperor's Shadow could be pretty strong too. If I'm not mistaken, I think the EMP Blast also deals damage based on the energy. I believe that's the one. Yeah, Emperor's Shadow does that too. So I might micro the Emperor's Shadow and just use it to blast the enemy Banshees. We'll see. We got some tanks over here. That'll be good. Warhounds. Banshee's going straight for the aerial threats. There we go. Get in there, boys. I'm gonna blast all these things down. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with Warzone though. Warzone's DTs are gonna be a pain. Warzone actually counters me pretty hard, I think. I think I definitely need Emperor's Shadows to deal with them. Actually, no. I think I just need an AUGUSTGRAD to deal with Warzone. Warzone's units clump so hard. Let's go. I'm winning pretty hard right now, so I can afford an AUGUSTGRAD. Just stick it right in the back. Hopefully Dahaka doesn't see it. And like enemy are dropping hybrid already. Like that's a bad sign for them, because that means they have no hybrid to spare when we send out our hybrid. My tank's still chilling. He got 13 kills. I only got one of them though. I could probably airlift this tank. Oh, he's committed to Hydralisk. I love it. I love that I got the Haka to commit to Hydralisk. I think we're gonna need some. We're gonna need to get out some hybrid of our own here, I think. There we go. I'm gonna ping so my team knows it's time to drop him. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, my team actually managed to blunt the assault here, by the looks of it. Now, should I Mad Lad and save up for the hybrid destroyer? The answer is yes. That is a lot of DTs. That is a lot of DTs. Not hybrid destroyer. Save up for AUGUSTGRAD. My bad. I don't know why I said hybrid destroyer. Essentially the same thing. You know? It's essentially the same thing. Okay, as long as the Rocket Boy bunker doesn't fall, it is all the anti-air we need. I'm gonna move it back a little bit. There we go. Rocket Boy bunker, stay up. There we go. Rocket Boy bunker pulling through. That is what we need, boys. And then we're just gonna decimate the Haka's puny wave. Like, the Haka's wave is barely a threat. I barely registered as a threat. Dustwings are so good against Hydralisk. It's not even fair. Like, we just obliterated that wave. We got our tanks coming in here. And then we got some Borzun units here who are all invisible, which is, like, just a pain to deal with. Unless you're Raynor, then you're just like, haha, what is invisibility? There we go. We'll put some more Banshees down. And there it is, boys. There it is, boys. I'm gonna put him up here. There it is. He's rank 2 already. We're just missing the AoE. And yeah, we're gonna be here, boys. I mean, we just sent out our hybrid to counter push. All right, boys. I think I have this on. Oh, we also got their bunker. That's not looking good, boys. Let's see. This is AoE Yamato cannon. The Haka died over there. I think I gotta save this for Borzun, actually. Borzun's wave is the one I gotta beat. I think I scanned too early there. Or did I scan just on time? There we go. I'm gonna blink backwards here. There's a lot of DTs here, though. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna blink back again. Got my Sky Furies in action here. Ooh. Alright. Okay. Is this thing tier 3 yet? Come on, hurry up and be tier 3. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna get some more Banshees here. I need to get my Earth Splitter. Gotta get that Earth Splitter, boys. Where Earth Splitter? Where Hemispheric Accelerant? Where is other one? Okay. Give me that AoE, boys. I'm gonna blink backward here so the Haka doesn't, like, eat me or something. There we go. Alright. Let's see. There's a random Void Ray that I can't see. I'm gonna blink backwards here. Oh, come on. I need to hit that stack of something. I think I can save this one, actually. There's not that many things there. Oh, whoa. Big lag. Alright, let's see. There we go. I don't know why I'm trying to hit the queens, I'll be honest. Oh, yeah, there we go. We got that tier 3, boys. It's over. I guess I'll put down some more Warhounds, I'll be honest. Warhounds are a nice and solid unit. Nice and solid unit. We got our triple veteran, our veteran fire control. That'll kill everything for us. The AUGUSTGRAD itself is getting healed up by Nakara. He's got to dodge getting eaten by something. There we go. Woo! That was disgusting. We just killed a bunch of units there. The Corsairs, I mean not the Corsairs, the Void Rays are getting beamed by the Banshee swarm. The Banshees are protecting my my guys perfectly, just as planned. Gonna blink them back here. We got some War Pigs coming out here. Let's just launch it over here. Oh, devastation. Devastation. I'm gonna send out some more boys here in Warhounds. Yeah, boys. That's it. I'm gonna, I don't know, level off the armor and weapons. We got enemy other. This guy just built a bunch of Hydralisk. Are you serious right now? He really just built a bunch of Hydralisk on me. Oh my god, big lag. Sorry, I tabbed out to make sure I was recording. Because I'd be very sad if I wasn't. Alright, Warzone. Eat your heart out. That guy has a pride too? Oh man, it's over. There we go. Killed all those DTs. Pesky, pesky DTs. Shame. There we go, AUGUSTGRAD. I'm gonna send him back. Whoop! Get out of there. Alright. Alright, you got a juicy hit right here. Oh! It's over, boys. There's no way they're coming back from this. They simply cannot recover financially. The AUGUSTGRAD is too strong. There's a second one on our team as well. It's over, boys. It's over. Oh, wait, it's not over yet. Alright, whatever. It'll be over soon, boys. We just gotta kick the door down, as they say. Alright. Is he trying to eat my AUGUSTGRAD? Because he doesn't have his eat up. He, like, jump forward. Alright, well, this guy seems to get... He's getting desperate. He used, like, some pretty big hybrid there. Okay, we wiped some DT there. I don't know if that... I don't know if that Yamato was actually worth it. If Tychus gets a serious, like, he can just destroy all those DTs with ease. I think I'm gonna go backwards here. Oh, devastation, boys. The AUGUSTGRAD gets like 20 kills every time it comes out. They ain't getting far indeed, boys. Alright, well, I got all my weapons upgraded here. Oh, baby. I'm probably just gonna get some more Sky Furies to escort us. 100 kills on that Sky. Damn. I love me some AUGUSTGRAD action. You gotta slam that AUGUSTGRAD on the tier list, boys. This is like Mengsk Death Fleet. It's as close as it gets to a Mengsk Death Fleet, I'll be honest. And by Death Fleet, I mean he literally has one ship. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get a little closer. There we go. Hit all those air units. Oh my god. He got disjointed. Come here. Just make him eat it. There we go. There we go. There we go. You know the best part about DTs? They can't hit my AUGUSTGRAD. Because I'm flying, boys. Alright, let's blink out of there. Don't want to get in that black hole. If the Ravager got that black hole suck blast, that would really hurt. Oh, he took out my AUGUSTGRAD before I could get another one. Okay, whatever. I was trying to get my second Yamato there. But, oh well. Whatever, it's fine. Give them a little bit of hope here. I think we just gotta summon a bunch of hybrid and blast it down.
Not enough energy.
Yeah, we just gotta get some more hybrid in here. Probably just put in some boys. I'll turn those boys into Warhounds in a bit. And then videos like that never happens. Come on, AUGUSTGRAD. Get forward a little bit. Oh, beauty. He just destroyed all those air units. That can threaten him. Okay, Sky Furies are holding their own. Sky Furies are very thick, so I'm not too scared about that. Oh god, those guys are not going to become Warhounds, are they? Those guys are just going to run out here with their SMGs. Oh, they'll have to figure it out. Okay, AUGUSTGRAD. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, good enough. That guy didn't get summoned in the... Alright, whatever, it's fine. It's fine, boys. It's fine, it's fine. We're clapping hard enough right now. There we go. Alright, we got our hybrid coming out here. If this doesn't end it, then I'm actually a little bit out of ideas. Probably have to buy some tanks. I don't know. Can I just blink on the base and Yamato it? I'm gonna do that instead. Let's do it. Not the proudest way to win, but... There we go. We're done. We're done here. We're done here. Because the Yamato shoots like 3 times, so it hits the base 3 times. The base only has 600 health, or something like that. So yeah, no chance. No chance, boys. Jeez, I got the most mineral value killed. I want to say it's probably the Warhounds carrying the day. Warhounds and the Banshees. I'll be honest, Mengsk with Banshees is actually a menace. Because Mengsk is so strong on the ground. He's just missing like a air attack. He's missing an attack aircraft that's actually dangerous. If Mengsk had a Royal Guard Banshee, like, oh god. Actually, that might be kind of balanced. Or maybe it might be better than a tank, because then you can just buy Warhounds and do Banshees. I don't know. Mengsk is good because he's versatile. That's basically it. He's got so many choices. Let's see. That guy's got 52 kills. I got 5. I got 49. Oh. Man of the hour. Ship of the hour. 140 kills. There we go. Alright, let's go on to the tier list, boys. Alright, and we are back. Let's get right into it. So just a quick refresher. We have Accord as our one of our brawl modifiers. We got no middle income. We got Hills Cantina, lets you hire some Terran mercenaries. We got Mercs, lets you buy powerful one-time use hybrid. So I think honestly this week is actually going to be you're going to see longer games, I feel. You just kind of want to prepare for some hyper power pushes. Use the tier 1 hybrid, like the hybrid destroyer, because you can get large amounts of them. I think, in my opinion, if you want to rack up the wins and, like, you know, get the big numbers, you should save your hybrid and coordinate with your team to just drop all your hybrid in like one whole wave. You can also econ with the hybrid by, like, you know, putting out either the hybrid. I don't remember what that guy was. It was the blue guy in the middle, this tier 2 guy. Or if you're at tier 3, the hybrid behemoths, which are the big red ones. Hybrid behemoths, I think, actually give you the most econ for energy. But I honestly don't think those are worth. It's probably better to just, you know, winning the game versus getting more guys. I think winning the game is just much more reliable. Anyways, here's how things stack up. So what you're looking for in a strong S tier commander, I think this week, is a commander who can power push, or who can also take a power push and like swat it aside, essentially. So I'm thinking we're gonna have Mengsk for sure. Now Mengsk is very powerful. You're probably gonna invest in a pretty heavy ground-based army, but on top of that, you can now buy Banshees for free to supplement your army. I don't recommend getting the Vikings and whatever. I don't know, like, unless you're really in a bad situation where you really have to contest the sky and Black Hammers aren't cutting it, then you should go for those. But I think Mengsk, the only thing you should buy is just the Banshees. You don't want to buy the tanks because Mengsk tanks are just better. Like, Siege Breakers do a lot of damage, but Mengsk tanks just they're better because they're thicker, they siege faster, and yeah, those two things put them ahead of the Siege Breakers, I would say. Alarak. So I think with Alarak is very strong, like, just in general with the Wrathwalker stack. I don't even think Vikings will be able to challenge them, like the Hell's Angels that you can buy. I think with Alarak, you can either get Banshees to help with AoE, because Wrathwalkers don't really have much of that. Or you can do what I like to do and get large amounts of Marines, which complement the Wrathwalkers really nicely. And Marines with Havocs are really good. Do not underestimate them. Havocs give the Marines, the War Pigs, like +2 or 3 attack damage. So they're basically Hydralisk, and they have extra range. Like Marines, the things that hold them back is not enough range, not enough attack damage. You get some Havocs, and ooh, that solves both of those problems, and they're going to go wild. So I think Alarak's actually potentially very, very strong this week, on top of like his usual Wrathwalker spam with your Marines. It also creates a very interesting sort of situation where your opponent's like, should I build against mass units or should I build against big units? And that really like screws your opponents over. Nova. So with Nova, I think she's also S tier if we go for a strong DFG build. I haven't done one of those in a while, so you guys might not know what those are. But that just means Goliath, Hellbat, Siege Tank. It's a very solid ground-based comp that can take on most threats. You'll probably want to get Vikings, actually, with Nova, because her air-to-air fighter is the Liberator, which is not the greatest unless it's fighting off a bunch of Mutalisk. And yeah, that's about it. You could go for... I don't see an argument for Banshees unless you're not going for a DFG build. Then you could supplement with Banshees and do something else that's funky. But I think Nova Banshees are better, but it just helps you save on money, I suppose. So you can, instead of getting Banshees, you can get like Liberators instead, and then use Duskwings. So yeah, A tier commanders I think are also rather strong. They're not, I don't think they're as strong, or they take a little bit more time to scale. So here's what I mean. So Artanis, I think this week a Death Ball would be really good. I think the video prior, I had to build Tempest and Banshees because I was against Tychus. But I think with Artanis, if you build your classic Death Ball with Archons, Immortal, and then like maybe 1 or 2 Dragoons. I don't actually go too heavy on Dragoons. I mostly go some Archons, heavy amounts of Immortals, because Immortals are so thick. They push through everything, and then just start slamming down Reavers once you have a line of Immortals. Usually that works. Reavers are pretty good against the hybrid because the hybrid like to cluster up together, and Reavers do a huge amount of damage against hybrids. So do Immortals. You can probably also grab some Banshees to help out with your aerial threat, or maybe get tanks. I don't quite like the Siege Breakers on Artanis. I don't know if like they would be the best. There is potential. I can see that there is potential, but I would actually prefer Banshees. It's because you want to mess your opponent up. Because if you're going pure ground, then you should create an aerial threat, and Duskwings are a very dangerous aerial threat that your opponents cannot ignore. I like the flexibility of that. You can invest more heavily in what you're currently doing, or you can create diversionary combined arms warfare tactics, which is, you know, what you should do, the second one. So yeah, Artanis also has that Giga Shield for his hybrid. So when you're pushing in, you can drop that fat shield, and that could be it. You could drop it like on the second wave of hybrid before they're about to collapse. So like your allies wave is like partially dead, but it's still got a lot of hybrid around, and then your second allies wave is coming in, and then you shield it at that time. Karax, I think I'm going to offer probably... Actually, I think Air Karax this week. Don't sleep on it. Because Karax's one weakness is he cannot deal with high armored aerial targets. But with a Hell's Angel in the mix, Air Karax is going to be quite strong. And I think you can build Hell's Angels grounded, so you can actually save on airspace this week. So you can go for your Mirage Carrier and Hell's Angel. I think that would be very strong. Your beam got nerfed, but it's more frequent now, which means you can use it more liberally. You can use the beam to stop an enemy push, or like, it doesn't really stop it anymore. More like, you know, dull the assault. Or you can use your beam to help you in your push. So I think that's why I think Karax is A. Ground-based Karax still suffers from the same problems of not having a unit that shoots up, I would say. And he really relies on just having Mirages in his army. So you might as well just go full commit in the air. Karax in the air this week I think is very hard to beat because of his access to Hell's Angels. Anyways, Phoenix. So with Phoenix, I'm thinking you could do like, so Phoenix's power push is switching to Arbiter Phoenix while you have all your hybrid out after having never swapped to Arbiter Phoenix, so your opponents are never prepared for it. And then so when you come in with your entire hybrid wave, turn everybody invisible and just beat the living daylights out of their wave. That's the Phoenix strategy I'm thinking that we're going to see. But in terms of like what overall to build, I think Immortal Adept is actually weaker this week because there's a presence of Banshees. Banshees like absolutely demolish Adepts, and your scouts suck at killing Banshees. So I feel like with Phoenix, you might have to take a similar angle to Karax, which is like scouts, Hell's Angels, carriers. Kolarian is no pushover, but you know, same problem as Karax. He just suffers from not having a really good anti-air aircraft. Scouts are kind of pathetic, I would say, against aerial threats that, you know, have high armor and or do more damage. Looking at Han and Horner next. But carriers are great DPS against most things. So it's like you could probably get some scouts to tank and Hell's Angels to do the real DPS against enemy flyers is what I'm trying to say. I think that might be more consistently reliable. Adept Immortal could work with like, you know, you adding in some Banshees to support them. That could be something interesting. Yeah, we'll see about it. I don't know. I think I might play all the heroes in the A tier for this week. So yeah. Anyways, Han and Horner. We got Han and Horner actually gets a little bit weaker in the air because of the Hell's Angels in existence, but nothing can really challenge the Deimos Vikings. That's a mercenary. And I want to say that having access to Banshees actually makes Hanenhorn really strong, because Hanenhorn previously doesn't really have an air-to-ground attack craft besides the Wraith. And the Wraith is great against single targets, but against like swarms of small units, it actually kind of sucks. That, like the Banshee can make up for that, or you can go for some really spicy meme, which is Warpig with Ravens, backed up by... I don't know what you would do with that next. But that's real spicy. Don't actually do that one. People will hate you for it. I don't know if I want to try it actually. It's just like Reapers, but like extra steps and not as good. So yeah, probably go for the Banshees instead. All right, in the B tier we have commanders who I think are like, they're not like super strong. They're not terrible either. They're sort of like they're in a middle ground here. So I think Stukov is in a bit of a middle ground here. The Banshees definitely help out with his you know, if going for a Crusher ground army with like bunkers and tanks and boys, those Banshees will be great because they also give AoE. Stukov Banshees don't have AoE. One weakness, however, of Stukov is that like he can't really deal with some aerial threats as well. Liberators simply don't have the range to deal with some of them. And Hell's Angels can kind of help out with that, but it doesn't really solve all the problems. So it's like, it's okay, but it's not the greatest. And like the other units, like the other Mercs you can buy for Stukov is like, I don't know. I don't know if like a tank would ever be appropriate for Stukov, because Stukov tanks I think are much better because of their ability to generate a unit. And in terms of Stukov's ability to hold back a hybrid push, or like coordinate one, well, it depends if either you have Apox on the field or Alexanders, because if you have an Alexander at the same time your hybrids come out, like you know the hybrids push you over to get Alexander, then that could be really good, you know, power play. But I'm also thinking that, I don't know. I feel like you need to have quite a lot of chunkiness to hold back the hybrid as Stukov. But Contaminate's also pretty good, and like your Infest structure can also do some delaying action. So Stukov's not completely helpless, but I don't think he's like super strong. Next in the B, we have Tychus. I was considering putting Tychus up a little bit higher, but I realized Tychus is like a little big hit or miss. But I think this week Tychus can be very strong because of the access to mercenaries that he never had before. I think either going for Banshees or large amounts of Marines would be very good with Tychus. Simply because Banshees introduce an aerial threat, which most people who counter Tychus might not be able to deal with. Like, for example, Swan, his Cyclones are going to get mauled by those Banshees and or distracted by them. So then Tychus is just going to like clean up. If Tychus is against somebody who has Tempest, for example, he can slam down a bunch of Hell's Angels on top of what he normally builds. And that is also great. Or actually, you could probably just slam a bunch of Marines. Tempests suck against Marines, right? So I think if you know what you're doing, you're playing your cards right, Tychus could be very strong this week because you have all this supplementation. And I also like to add, though, I feel like one thing holding Tychus back is like during a hybrid push, I'm not quite sure Tychus can hold it back unless his wave is very specialized to deal with a armored opponent to begin with. Then if not, then like he might have some trouble. Like if his wave is like a Nux that is fully upgraded, because there's an opponent who's spamming like a lot of clumpy boys, like units that clump together, and a bunch of hybrid come out, then like oof, that's tough. And also like having enemy mercenaries, if they are enemies playing smart, you'll be able to throw you off as well by introducing aerial threats or ground-based threats that normally you might not have had to deal with as Tychus. So in the B tier, I think for balanced this week. Next we have Vorazun. I think Vorazun Air would be very strong this week thanks to the Hell's Angel and the Banshees. Vorazun's Void Rays can either fill the role of anti-air or anti-ground, or a bit of both. It's just that they suck against like large amounts of small units that are light. Banshees can take care of that. Hell's Angels are great at dealing with high armored aerial targets. I mean, Void Rays are good at that as well, but they, I don't know. They feel a bit weak to me sometimes against some aerial targets, or like you need to hit a lot of critical mass. And they also, Hell's Angels complement Corsairs nicely because Corsairs counter the light units and Hell's Angels counter the armored units. And then Void Rays are like the siege units. So I think Air Vorazun could be very, very strong this week. I'm probably going to try it out. Your Black Hole lets you do some power plays when you push. So that's that. I don't know about Ground Warzone. Ground Warzone, I feel like it just ends up being Stalker Stacker with a bunch of DTs, and that's like not the greatest in the long game if we're playing the long game. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think Warzone's super strong. I don't think she's super weak. She's like right in the middle. So yeah. Anyways, next we got Dahaka. Dahaka can eat some hybrid. That's always good. Yeah, I don't know. Like with Dahaka, I think you probably have to have some sort of strength. Like it's like I feel like you just have to have a lot of mass this week with Dahaka, which is like a lot of like a small Dahaka build that transitions into Ultralisk, Impalers, and then eventually Creeper Host. But that's like a super deep late game build. You'll also have to deal with stuff like not Hell's Angels, the Banshees, the Duskwings. And I think Hell's Angels can definitely help out with Dahaka's sort of pretty abysmal aerial capacity. He's not really too capable of dealing with enemy air units because his Mutalisks just clump really hard, and so that makes them very vulnerable to all sorts of AoE. So, but I don't think he's like terrible. I don't think he's in a terrible spot. So that's that. Next in the C, we got Raynor. Kind of surprising, but reason is Raynor bio gets pretty hard countered by Duskwings, ironically, and everybody has access to them now. So that's gonna be a little tough, which means you'll probably have to actually go for a Raynor Death Fleet this week, which actually isn't that bad. It's just that like it'll take a bit more time for you to get to where you want to get because everybody has Hell's Angels. You can get Hell's Angels too, but I think probably as Raynor, you probably want to get the Dustwings. They don't count against your own Dustwings, so that's great. But yeah, the reason why I'm saying you should probably get Hell's Angels is because they'll supplement your Vikings, they'll tank for your Vikings, and your Vikings are ultimately better than Hell's Angels. So if your opponents ever get into a fight with you, Raynor Air will win. It's just, matter of time. In terms of hybrid pushes, though, I don't know if Raynor's great at holding them back unless you have Hyperion. Without Hyperion, Raynor might just collapse. But for your own hybrid pushing potential, Raynor with medics, very, very lethal, very, very good. So yeah, I don't know, a bit of a double-edged sword there. So yeah. All right, next we got Kerrigan. Kerrigan's famous for her basically single strategy of put more units down on the field. Ideally Ultralisk, Hydralisk, Zerglings, or something like that. And this week you can add some Banshees, or actually maybe you can add some tanks. Maybe actually tanks would be viable with Kerrigan, because she really lacks like a potent siege unit. Like she's got lurkers, but like lurkers kind of suck. Like unless you have like 50 of them, they kind of suck. And yeah, I don't know. So I don't know, Kerrigan's has the potential to scale into something pretty monstrous. But will she? Well, that's something we got to see, I guess, per game per game basis. Next, we got Abathur. Abathur's anti-air potential, I feel, is being dulled this week. His Devours get like demolished by Hell's Angels. It's actually kind of sad. But he still deals very well with aerial threats. I feel like Abathur in the sky could still be a big threat, especially if you have a few Leviathans that your opponents can't deal with. On the ground, I don't know. You could probably support your Roaches and Queens with Banshees, but your opponents might do the same, and Banshees are really good against those Roaches and Queens. So I think an Air Abathur angle probably is going to make more sense this week. I mean, Abathur seems to have more options and is more powerful in the sky compared to in the ground currently, at the very least. So yeah, Mengsk could be used to help you stop a push or keep pushing harder. But I don't know if they're as great because Mend is like only useful if your units are slightly injured but not going to die, so you can use it to heal them right at that moment. But otherwise, like I don't know, the passive healing on Mend is just too low to really make a significant difference, I would say. So yeah, that's that. And next to the D tier, we got our D tier boys. We got Stepman. Honestly, I put Stepman here because like it's just his startup time is long. I'll be honest. If he's against a mechanical opponent, he will just crush it. This week he actually has access to Hell's Angels, which is good and bad because Gary is very vulnerable to them, and his Mecha Corruptors are vulnerable to them. I mean, him having access to them is great, but you know, your opponents also have access to them, so it's almost like you have to preemptively build them like right away, which means that you can't really make use of stuff like Banshees, because Banshees would actually be amazing with Stepman, because they provide a sort of DPS that he doesn't really have on the ground outside of Lurkers, which are also very pricey. So yeah, I'm thinking like your classic Stackbreaker Stepman with Baneling Ultralisk, Gary with some Hell's Angels to escort. That would be very potent. Slap some Hybrid on top of that. Oof. I don't know how well that would hold back Hybrid though. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I might not actually do that well. So we'll have to see. Next in the D tier, we got Zagara. Zagara's going to take longer to get rolling because the Hybrid. So I don't know. I think Banshees would definitely be really good with Zagara this week. They also kind of dumpster her ground units too, so it's like a double-edged sword. I don't know if you want Hell's Angels, probably not. Maybe if you really have to deal with an aerial threat that Scourge aren't enough for, such as Gary. Otherwise, you probably just want Banshees or even tanks to support your ground units. Though I think Zagara's like strength is being able to just push through 1.5 waves, but with Hybrid, she might be able to destroy all the Hybrid that are attacking her, which is good. But I think if it's her turn to push with Hybrid, that could be potentially very devastating. So yeah. And then next we got Swan. Swan can make his Siege Breakers hit very hard, thanks to Maelstrom rounds. But Swan still suffers from everything he suffers from because there's no mercenary that's like gigantic Ultralisk mercenary. That's what Swan really needs. Gigantic Ultralisk mercenary to act as frontline. I don't know. Other than that, if you play your cards really right, Swan could be very strong this week. But it's easier to play them wrong than it is to play them right with Swan, I think. So that's where I think everything stacks up. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of a tier list. And yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later.
The tires! Let's light some fires! Need a light. They picked the wrong fight.